Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Richard Barlow, CEO of Wejo, to discuss the future market for connected vehicle data. Richard, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Hey, nice to meet you.
What is Wejo and how does its technology work?
Well, the vast majority of new cars sold globally now have embedded connectivity, so they can send and receive data. Wejo is a platform, the market-leading platform, that receives live data from vehicles. So we, for example, see 7% of all vehicle movements in New York on a trend basis. We get all sorts of interesting insights, but we have this mantra called what we call data for good, where we look after the data, we look after the driver creating that data.
Can you give us some real-world examples of Wejo in action?
Yeah, sure. So we are working with some of the world's largest e-commerce companies, helping them deliver more parcels quicker and more seamlessly. So which can then also reduce emissions and reduce congestion in cities. We're working with some of the world's largest mapping companies, including Microsoft, where we're helping them improve their products. So identifying roads which are closed, or identifying new roads built. In other industries, such as insurance, we're building end-to-end insurance products to improve the process of claims, so your vehicle is repaired quicker. In the fleet sector, we're helping identify how fleets flow through cities.
And what is the future market for connected vehicle data, and how dependent is Wejo's model on the continued development of connected cars by the manufacturers themselves or the OEM sensors?
There are over 200 million cars in the world already connected, and it's estimated that will grow to 600 million cars by 2030. So there is 200% growth expected over the next 10 years. We have our own trends where we're forecasting to have 30 million cars live on platform by the end of next year. And with the contracts we've already got in place with a number of global motor manufacturers, we've got great visibility of how we're going to scale more vehicles on platform from this year to 2025 and beyond.
Who are Wejo's customers and why are they buying your data?
So our customers are some of the world's largest e-commerce companies, some of the world's largest mapping companies, but we also work with departments of transport. We work with cities, helping them reconfigure their cities to reduce emissions, reduce congestion on the roads. So we have huge customers with multi-million-dollar spend, and we have localized customers who spend a few $1,000s a month and everything in between.
How does your revenue model scale then? Is it primarily tiered to the size and overall number of your clients, or will your revenues also scale proportionately as more cars are connected and the data grows deeper?
So it's both. So we're very transparent about our unit economic model. We track the unit economics per marketplace, such as in mapping, such as in insurance, and that depends on as our products mature, we'll charge more. But as we add more customers, that again, they're in aggregate of what we can charge, and that'll increase the overall unit economics per marketplace. The flip side is, as we have more live vehicles on platform, that'll also drive our revenues. So if we don't improve our unit economics in the next year, but our vehicle volumes double, our revenues will double anyway.
How is Wejo's solution being validated in the market today?
So we have over 300 customers buying data from us, and we have over 1,000 inbound inquiries every month from businesses who want to buy data. We are continuing to add more vehicles on platform. We've shown great scale this year. We've shown the last 2 quarters alone 20% growth of vehicles on platform, and we're working with more OEMs. In terms of further validation, we are backed in our investment from the likes of Microsoft, Palantir, and General Motors has been an investor with Wejo for the last 3 years as a private company, and also supported our offering this week.
So Richard, as we look ahead, what is the main growth opportunity for Wejo?
Main growth is going to be driven by more connected vehicles coming on platform and new marketplaces, such as, for example, we've entered Japan, where we're introducing broader insurance propositions. We're also introducing those same insurance propositions into Europe as well as into the US. So more vehicles and more markets with inbound demand already coming in from multiple marketplaces, multiple territories.
How does Wejo protect sensitive user data and ensure privacy at a time when there is increasing skepticism from consumers about these issues?
We process 450,000 data points every second on platform. Every one of those data points, we check the compliance, we check the consent. We don't read broker data in. We only take data directly from source, where we can guarantee 100% of the time there is consent and compliance in that data and how it's shared. The consumer, the driver, has control of the data. They can go into the infotainment of their car. or their vehicle, and they can configure, they can change their consent patterns. Even then, the vehicle is only showing trend data. Only if the consumer gives a second consent to their insurance provider would there then be additional data shared.
And finally, why did Wejo decide on a SPAC listing versus a traditional IPO? What was the thought process and decision making around that?
We had various approaches last year about how we should fund Wejo. We had private offers, and we looked at public markets as well. We looked at the UK public markets, we looked at the US public markets. The SPAC approach we went through with Virtuoso Acquisition Corp was the right outcome for all Wejo shareholders, and we're really excited about today.
All right, Richard, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.